and welcome. Thanks for tuning in to Crafty Creations with the Greene County ADRC. We're excited to be here with you today. In this segment, we're going to demonstrate step-by-step instructions on creating an autumn floral centerpiece, another customizable craft you can personalize. So sit back, relax, and let's get crafting.
Hi, I am Molly Olson at the ADRC here with our Autumn Floral Centerpiece Crafty Creations project. So we are going to do the walkthrough. Should take about 15-30 minutes depending on how customized you want to get with it. We have our directions here. We have our somewhat finished project over here. So this one does not include some of the gourds and stuff that you can have in it. So we wanted to show what it looked like if you just wanted to have just the flower picks. So you will get the plastic jar with the lid, and inside of here you will get one of these fairy string lights, length of twine. You'll get some various pumpkin gourds, some acorns, and a little pine cone. Also 2 of the glue dots, 2 white berry picks, and then a cluster of some chrysanthemum flowers as well. We have them here so they're folded up. If you would like, you can cut them, off and have them single, but this was kind of easy and it tends to work out pretty well this way to keep them all together. Okay, so we have all of our supplies here. Directions start on the back. First thing that you're going to want to do after unpacking is on the fairy lights, you're going to see, and it's somewhat hard to see, so we have it circled on the directions. There's a clear plastic strip here that you need to remove, and you just pull it out. And so that actually allows the battery to function. So if you don't pull that out, you're going to be unable to use the lights right there. All right, so after that, we're going to look at putting our string lights inside of our jar. It works pretty nicely to kind of make it a spiral, and there's a couple different ways you can do it that keep it kind of nice. One way we found that works out kind of nicely, you can just take it and like do a loose twisting around your arm, and then that keeps it a spiral like so. We've messed with this one a lot, so it's a little bit more difficult. Or you can also use your jar lid here, and you can kind of just do a loose wrapping around that. And that also does a pretty nice spiral. So just a couple tips there. So you're going to take that, and we're going to put that inside of the jar, however you would like. Uh-oh, we kind of knotted this one. All right. For the sake of time, I'm just going to shove that right in there. There we go. You can also use like the flower picks too. I've found have been kind of nice to just like move stuff around in there. So after that, you're going to put your little gourds in there. Again, you can use your picks to kind of move stuff around and get them in there. Squish the acorns down. Okay. So when you have that how you like it, again, you can like turn on the lights, see how you kind of like that. All right. So we have that in there. One thing that we found works kind of well is you can take one of the glue dots here, peel it back, and kind of keep it on there so you don't have to touch it with your fingers. They're very, very tacky. You can stick that right here and then kind of peel that off. Ta-da! And then stick that on the inside of the lid. Push it down a little bit, but it'll stick really well. You don't have to push it very hard. So in that way, after you are done, if you want, you can close it up like this. If you want to not have flowers in there, you could just use it like that. Another thing that we found works really well too is just setting it on there. And that works as a nice kind of stand. After you've, kind of situated that how you like, we do have an extra glue dot. Again, just try to peel it back so you don't touch it with your fingers. If you want to attach this to the lid, I do recommend just putting it on one of the sides here. It'll make it easier to remove, and because this jar, like all jars, kind of has an indent here, if you put it right in the middle, it's not going to stick very well. So if you want to use that, for this one, I'm just going to kind of set it on there. All right, so next we have our picks here. In the bunches, again, it just kind of makes it easier to just literally shove them right in there, but you can do whatever you like. We also have our little berry picks that we can put in there. I'm just gonna shove one right here. And these little leaves right here, they do move, so if you want the greenery showing on top as well. And you can make those look however you want. Okay. Another tip I read online but have not tried out is if you want these to stay nice and fluffy and in their shape, you can spray them with hairspray. So if you guys try that and it works really well, let us know. Last thing up we have is our length of twine. And with this, you can, use it as a little extra decoration however you want. How we did with this one is we just wrapped it around. It also helps keep this in place with the lid. So you just kind of wrap it around. You can also, if you like, keep it pretty even, and then when you are done wrapping it around, oops, and we have ours up near the top, but again, you can keep them wherever you like. If you want it stuck on here too, you could use your extra glue dot for that. So we will wrap it around. I'm gonna leave a little bit at the end here because I'm just gonna tie it into a nice little bow. At least I hope it's a nice little bow. I'm not that good at tying them on there actually. Okay. All right. This is very hard to do from this side. There we go. So you just tie it on there and you can do a little bow. And turn it on. Put your lid on there and it will look something like that. Now I sped through that pretty quickly. So it can be done fairly quickly, but if you like, you can put a little bit more time and effort into it. And we would love to see how you choose to put together your autumn floral centerpiece. Everybody's is going to look at a little bit different, and that's part of the fun of it. Another fun thing too is you can empty this out and you can reuse it for whatever holiday season, whatever use you want. You can just take those little pieces out. You can put something else in there, different flowers. So it's one that you might be able to reuse for other events coming up. Thank you for watching. These are how they look in the dark. The lights are pretty bright. They shine out really nicely. So we had to give you a little bit of the mood lighting here as well.
I hope you enjoyed our segment today and are looking forward to our next Crafty Creations project.